was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero.
Who lost his life while shielding his wife and child from the gunfire. An NYPD bulletin is warning of an uptick in political extremism. Let's get more on that from outside Trump Tower.
That bulletin, according to ABC News, warns that the Trump assassination attempt is likely to be followed by all kinds of extremist messaging and heavily exploited and amplified by those who spread misinformation. Meanwhile, city leaders are reacting with despair. Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine.
I'm just horrified by this attack, by the violence.
And there's this from Brooklyn City Council member Justin Brannan.
Demagogues and political arsonists have made our discourse absurd and extreme.
So far, security outside the former president's Manhattan home appears to be normal. Roger Stern, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at Trump Tower.
During a speech, President Biden also promised a thorough and swift investigation. There are still plenty of questions as to how 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks was able to get to the roof of that building. Turns out it was outside the perimeter controlled by the Secret Service.
The Secret Service relied on local police at the Trump rally to fill out parts of its specialized protective units, according to a Secret Service spokesman, including its counter-assault team. That's the team that provided cover as Trump's detail evacuated him, and counter-sniper teams who ultimately neutralized the gunman. The service had 2 of its counter-assault agents on the scene, filling that team up with at least 6 additional members from Butler County's tactical units. 2 Secret Service counter-sniper teams were on the scene at the rally. 2 additional counter-sniper teams staffed by local units.
That's Nicole Skenga. Rally-goers reportedly told local police that they saw someone suspicious, and the Butler County Sheriff has confirmed that an officer was climbing onto the roof when the suspect pointed his gun at him. The shots fired at the president reportedly came right after that. Well, Donald Trump is now in Milwaukee for this week's Republican National Convention, which is on as scheduled.
The Secret Service has been planning for this event for 18 months, and its leaders say they see no reason to change their blueprint. Among delegates,
I feel comfortable going down there.
Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow says Saturday's bloodshed at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania will shape the messaging of the party this week.
This type of violence doesn't belong in our politics. We're here to stand on our issues and let the people see where we stand.
Jim Ryan, ABC News, Milwaukee.
While we're still waiting for Trump to announce his running mate, he also told reporters on the plane that his speech for Thursday night has been completely rewritten. Now, Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Steve Potusk.
A third of working Americans say they live paycheck to paycheck, Susan. That's according to a new Bankrate survey, which also found that just 19% of people asked say they feel satisfied with how much they're paid, as roughly 1 in 4 workers say they feel they're not fairly compensated for their work. Meanwhile, nearly 1 in 5 say they're underpaid compared to their peers with the same work experience and qualifications. Wall Street gets a chance this morning to react to the attempted assassination of former President Trump over the weekend, while traders generally don't expect the event to derail the stock market's trajectory. A pickup in near-term price swings is likely. Right now, we're seeing green arrows. S&P futures adding 28 points. NASDAQ in the plus column 119 points, while Dow futures are ahead 224. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potusk for 1010 Wins and 92.3 FM.
Then, your manual.
Hello viewers, if you're landing on this video for the very first time, my name is Documenting Reality, the name of the channel. And our mission is to record history for future generations. I do understand that these videos are not very exciting or very entertaining, but they will be if you're watching this 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Imagine watching a channel from 1974, daily news snippets from the New York Metropolitan area. How cool would that be, where you can hear something that was going on, let's say randomly, what's today, the 14th, the 15th of July, 1974, or pick a year, any year. And if someone was randomly uploading these snippets, and I'm sorry about the blurriness, I think that would be interesting. I think I would watch every one of those videos 30 or 40 years in the past. But that's the purpose. We're recording history.
as a maintenance engineer.
And we're going to see what's on 880 is also a news channel.
Looking back on Route 4 just to make sure there isn't anything else back there. But at this point, that will appear to be the best approach for you. Southbound New York State Freeway, Rockland into Westchester. We've had delays from 59 in Spring Valley over to 303 and 9W, and then some building volume 2 and across the Cuomo-Tappan Zee Bridge. Back over to Suffolk and Nassau counties. Couple of issues now on the LIE. One on the eastbound side of Route 110. We had a stall there, just pushed to the shoulder. The westbound side around Round Swamp Road, we're getting reports of a stall there, so some extra volume. From that point, though, not all that bad, getting right on in toward the Cross Island Parkway. It is heavy, though, in Queens on the LIE, right on in through Queens Boulevard. I'm Tom Kaminsky in the WCBS Traffic Center.
And now, only thing left on radar, a few showers on the lighter side now across central Suffolk County.
All right, I'm going to bring you back to 1010 Winds, see what's going on again there. It's probably an advertisement right now.
Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days, contractually guaranteed. No hormones, no prepackaged foods, and no shots. NJDiet.com.
And we're about ready for the 7:30 headlines.
Over 100, and then we're looking at some heavy thunderstorms this afternoon. Stay with 1010 Winds. We'll get your 4-day forecast from Joe.
I may upload a news snippet from this afternoon if there are thunderstorms, and if it's really heavy.
7:30.
Good morning, I'm Brian Britton. The Republican National Convention begins today. Heightened security, of course, after Saturday's attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Trump injured, one rally goer killed, 2 others hurt. Politicians on both sides of the aisle calling for a calmer, more reasoned approach to the way politicians speak with one another.
Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back.
President Biden speaking last night. We get more now from our partners at ABC News.
This is a special report from ABC News. Trump assassination attempt. I'm Sherry Preston. The Republican National Convention kicking off in Milwaukee. The entire event taking on new meaning following the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. ABC's Jim Ryan is there.
Thousands of GOP faithful have come here to approve a platform and to nominate Donald Trump as their standard bearer on the November presidential ballot. Against the backdrop of Saturday's incident in Pennsylvania.
I mean, it was pretty sobering before, but I think it'll be very sobering now.
Adrienne King of Hawaii is one of more than 2,400 delegates to the Republican National Convention, which will be gaveled to order this evening. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Milwaukee.
The suspected gunman, 20-year-old Thomas Michael Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, south of Pittsburgh, a registered Republican who did not have military experience, shot and killed after firing off several rounds at Trump, grazing him in the ear, wounding 2 others, and killing a father of 2, Corey Comparator. This is ABC News.
This is 1010 Winds. Stay with 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM for continuing coverage of the Trump attempted assassination. Right now, though, Winds News Time, 7:31. Traffic and transit. Here is Karen Stewart.
What a mess on the Upper East Side. What a mess. The northbound FDR Drive at 111th still has that accident out there. The left and center lanes are blocked. The northbound delays start down at 59th Street by the bridge, and it's bumper to bumper from there to 111th. Southbound, though, on the FDR, all lanes have been reopened, but the delays are still the same from 138th Street.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work as I listen to the news and document our local history for future generations. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next episode.